Willoughby Public School is 12 kilometres from the Sydney CBD. It's a large school of just over 1,000 students and right next door to Willoughby Girls High with 930 students. Like many schools across Sydney, the precinct is impacted by chronic traffic congestion, causing pedestrian safety risks as over 2,000 students and staff converge on the site around the same time. There's no silver bullet to solve this. The school community is causing the problem and needs to be part of the solution. Although 87% of the students' families live less than 1.5 kilometres from the school, 55% of those typically still choose to drive, which is causing the problem. This project encourages more families to leave the car at home and to cycle, walk or ride to school. This is called active travel.
The biggest thing that I find most exciting is the fact that students actually get a voice. Kids often feel a little bit disconnected with how they can contribute to the big picture of climate change and what to do about that. And if they can see a link to the real world and that it has purpose, then that's where you'll get that engagement. We want them to be resilient, we want them to be healthy, we want them to be active participants in the community, and that's what this project does.
The team, led by Council's resilience specialist, developed 3 geography lessons for Year 5 students. They learnt about the problems with Sydney's dependence on the car and were invited to help solve the problem at their school. The students plotted 4 walking and cycling routes to school, using existing footpaths and road crossings.
There's basically 2 aspects to this project. The first is about environmental education and the effects of climate change and how they can take personal responsibility by actively travelling to school. The other main aim is that this is a geography project. It links very strongly to the geography curriculum, so there's a lot of mapping involved in this project. By them designing their active travel pathways, they're engaged in an authentic task that has real-world relevance to their everyday lives.
I think actively travelling to school is really good because there's less carbon emissions and there's much less traffic around the school, so less accidents. It is also really good for your health and just to be outside in the environment. Less carbon emissions, less global warming, so every step helps.
It adds on to your self-esteem, like if you walk you're like, yeah, I'm doing good for the environment, you know.
I think all schools should definitely do this. It's really fun as well.
The next step was for council engineers to safety check the active paths identified by the students. Council made minor changes to the routes and did some simple maintenance works on the footpaths. And the Willoughby school community has shown that it can change its travel habits. Every year, Bicycle Network runs a national Ride to School Day. Over 350,000 students from across the country take part. At Willoughby, 24% more families chose to walk, cycle or scooter to school on that day.
We've really valued the work of Council in supporting the active transport program. Having student input, student voice is really powerful, and the fact that they've been so involved in the project I think has encouraged a lot of them to take up active transport to school, either walking, scooting or riding.
So the school has been wrestling with this for a while and they contacted us. We put together a multidisciplinary team in Council. We realised that there's no silver bullet for this, there's no one single solution. We needed a multidisciplinary approach, and a really important part of that was bringing the school community along the journey with us, because there's a simple reason why it's so congested here, because too many parents are trying to drive in at the same time.
Using the pathways identified by the students and safety checked by Council, Bicycle Network prepared an active map showing the 4 confirmed routes. Each path was then marked with directional and safety stencils. The active map and paths were officially launched by Mayor Tanya Taylor at the Senior School Assembly on 7th of August 2023.
It's so great to be here to launch the active travel program for Willoughby Public School. This is something that I've been really passionate about for a long time. I wanted to congratulate all the Year 6 students who in Year 5 last year started this journey. You guys are actually one of the leaders in this area. So parents, it's great to see you here as well. This is going to benefit you as well because you don't have to get in the car to take your kids to school. There's a safe route for them to take.
So it's been really exciting coming here to Willoughby Public over the last little while and working with the students and the staff with council to come up with these maps. We hope also that by doing this we can make the streets around the school safer and more pleasant for everyone at Willoughby Public School. Thanks again for having me and get active.
Thank you everyone for coming to school today actively. Hands up if you rode, scooted or walked to school today. Yes, that's the hands we want to see.
The outcomes achieved at the school are encouraging. 1 month after the launch, student counts showed a 7 to 11% increase in active travel, with up to 55% of families now travelling actively to school. Surveys show that 92% of parents support the encouragement of active travel to get to and from school. 59% of students think the active travel pathways encourage them to walk, cycle or scoot to school. A target has been set to increase active travel rates by 15% in a year, which could take up to 80 cars off the road at peak times. Lots more activities are planned, including cycling and road safety training for students, follow-up geography lessons and competitions. Council is undertaking an ambitious streetscape improvement project along the route of the green active path identified by the students. $1.4 million has been secured to transform this hot, wide, pedestrian-unfriendly street into a cool, green, attractive boulevard. At the school, Council hosted 2 workshops for residents, inviting them to contribute their ideas. Student leaders and staff presented the outcomes of their active travel project.
Council asked us to come up with suggestions about how the streetscape could be improved along the route of the 4 active paths. This includes suggestions about how the green route, which we are discussing tonight, might be improved. That is Edward Street and Penthurst Street South.
And so Council has also known for some time of issues about Edward Street and Penthurst Street South, specifically speeding and rat running and overall pedestrian safety. However, to get the best result, we need you. We need the input from you to hear about your ideas about what we should consider as part of this project. And we're very committed to working with the community over the coming weeks and months. We're keen to deliver the best possible solution, a green, cool, pedestrian and cycle-friendly boulevard which connects to the Penthurst Street shops, Willoughby Public School and Willoughby Girls High School.
I think it's been a great partnership for us to work with Willoughby Council. With passionate about keeping kids safe. The students have learned a lot about it in terms of real world problems and how they can be part of the solution. I hope that we can train the children to train their adults.
Research shows that students who travel actively to school are fitter, more independent and socialise and learn better. It saves time for busy parents and is good for the environment, so everybody wins. This project has been an important opportunity for the students to step up to the challenge and take their community with them on the journey.
I think it's brilliant, it's a great idea. I think they should get more cars off the road and get people fit and healthy. I think it's a great initiative.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome.